What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special one. We have a new 2023 Solterra full electric car. Got hit really bad. We're going to show you the proper way to repair this. Let's get into today's video. Alright, so we have a new 2023. I think it only has a couple hundred miles or 100 miles or maybe even less. Customer got this on an auction. Everything was good, motor, batteries, nothing got damaged. There was some suspension damage we have to fix. The wheel got messed up. That's why we have our little donut wheel. But this is a pretty bad hit. Obviously we can probably see there's some inner structure damage throughout the bottom of this thing. Maybe the floor, but it did miss some stuff. Obviously there's a little damage here, but that's repairable. There's also a little damage on the door, but it's pretty kinked, so we just have a new door, so we don't have to worry about that. We got a quarter panel inner structure. So right now we're going to start taking everything apart on the interior of the car and see, you know, the full extent of it and see how bad it really is. We already started taking some other components, but it's pretty bad in here. And it looks like the floor got a little bit damaged. We'll take all this apart so we can really see what we got. Probably gonna have to set it up. It depends. On some cars, you know, it's good to just cut out the piece, and there's some that you have to do a pull, meaning you have to set up on the frame machine, do like an initial pull to kind of pull everything back before you start cutting things out. But seeing that we have all the new components with the newer car, we're gonna see if we can do it without, but we don't know until we get in there. So without further ado, we'll start tearing this thing down. Now that we took off the inner panels, we can really see the extent of the damage. There is a little bit of floor damage here. We're gonna have to set up and do like a pull, little kink here. But obviously all this is going to get replaced, so we're going to have to separate all this to get and take all this apart. And while we're at it, we're going to take all the bumper and stuff off so we can really see what we're doing on this thing. Alright guys, now that Matosito's taking his lunch break over here, and have a little break to kind of see, he took off one of the outer structures or the quarter panel off of this. You can see how it absorbed, and I mean that's how they're designed, to absorb the impact so it wouldn't carry to everything. So you can see each individual fold up to that point. Luckily we have the outer wheel well, and then you have the inner wheel well. So this is going to have to be obviously pulled to a certain extent so we can extract the spot welds off that, and then maybe section this corner piece inside, and also pull the floor here so we can kind of fix that floor section there. But kind of opening up, we're seeing the extent of this damage, which is pretty bad, but you know, savable in a sense, where this car, obviously being that it's a brand new car, they deemed it a total loss. Being a total loss doesn't mean it's necessarily, oh, it's bad. It's just because the way the insurance company sees it is that it's going to take a lot of money, either in parts and labor, to repair this, or they foresee other issues and maybe deem it either not safe to drive or total loss, meaning that they'll pay the car out. You know, they sell it to a salvage yard, or they auction it off, where customer bought this car and is saving money in a sense because it's not brand new, but you're gonna have to put some money to fix it. The main thing is that like the motor, major components didn't really get damaged, it's just body. But you know, it is a salvage title, you know, but after it's done, it's gonna be like nothing happened, everything got repaired properly. They have to inspect it, and then you get your title. It's just gonna have that little booger of salvage title. But some people, if you don't know what goes on, there's always those horror stories that you hear about, you know, salvage cars, and you don't know what they do. But In this case, we're doing it right. It's a new car. So I just wanted to give you that fun fact about when you deal with insurance companies. But even though it's pretty bad, this is savable. We've had worse. She will get restored, so we'll continue banging her out. Good morning, good morning. Next day here, Mataosos is killing this this collision repair here. And right now we're taking all the seam seal to expose the spot welds on this panel. We're gonna do a slight pull. Other pieces that we don't have right now that we're gonna get is this extension piece for the rear floor pan, as well as this other little extension piece here that connects to the wheel well. And we have all the pieces came in. It took a while because this is a new car. So we have all the inner structure, the outer structure, we have the coil panel, and inside the shop we have the door as well. It took us a while, being that it's a brand new model. A lot of the resources are going to building the car, so parts are hard to come by. Sometimes we're able to fix some things, but if we can get them new, that's the best route. We're gonna be looking into getting some extra parts for it. Luis will continue doing some more pulls and repairs. The big gist of it and the collision that got absorbed is taken apart, which is good. There's still some stuff here. The bulk of it is out, and we're gonna continue working on this thing, getting it all torn down so we can get ready for weld everything up. Alright guys, so I wanted to give you an update on the Solterra collision repair. We finally got some pieces that took a little bit because being a new car, they're still reproducing a lot of parts, special order parts. But the main part was the tail lamp housing, which the tail lamp housing is consisted of this upper piece that goes up here, which we needed because I was all bent, and it travels down all the way to the sub panel down here at the bottom. Also comes with this bracket that holds the sensors and some other things, and we got everything all ready to be welded. So Matositos and I are gonna be welding this thing up. He already mocked up another piece. Got to do the drop down piece that goes from the floor down, and then from there we have the existing closing piece that goes on here. The one thing we wanted to make sure as well is if all the body gaps aligned. So we hung the new door shell, which is in its position. Everything lines up. So now we can start the job of getting everything all welded up. So we'll get this thing welded up on the inner structure, make sure everything is good. We went ahead and put some weld through primer, get this thing welded, and we can proceed to doing the exterior. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start tack welding the panel onto the structure. So Luis knows that I have better welds than him, so. Alright, so Richard made a color chip for the color with different gradients to be able to color match it. So it looks to be, this is where we are with the original color, because we're going to be blending to the side, so we want to make sure everything matches, and you can see how close it is. So it's matched, and we're ready to pull the trigger on this thing, get this thing cleaned up, and we'll put it in the booth. Alright, so the guys got the car in the booth, masked up, ready for Richard to lay down the paint. He's all ready for jam, so we'll let Richard get to it, get this thing shot. After the jam's done, then we can hang the door and proceed with the outside and almost this thing's done. All right, guys, so Richard killed it on this. This thing doesn't even look like it was an accident. It looks so good. Let me show you guys. Everything has been painted, the jams, the extension of the bumper, tailgate, everything repaired. It looks so good, you can't even tell that anything happened. Even the two-tone on the black. This is a brand new car, so it has to be the first ever accident on these all-electric Solterras. Tino, I brought my helper over here. Tino, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you think about this? What do you think?
It's candy red.
It's candy red?
Yeah.
Do you like that color?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he likes it. It's candy. It looks like the lollipops he likes to eat. Try to keep him. He's been so good so far. He hasn't got a cavity, so no problem. Yeah. But he came in today with me and looking it over after Richard painted him, and this thing looks awesome. So next step, we're gonna get this thing out of the booth, let it dry over the weekend, put it together, and hopefully turn it into the customer next week so he can get his car back. All right, guys, so we got this thing out of the booth and it's time to get this thing assembled, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so we've been working really hard on the Subaru Solterra full EV car. It was deemed a total loss. It's going to be sent to a junkyard, but with a little help from SOS Customs, we revived this full EV vehicle. Let me show you guys how she turned out. So as you remember, this whole side right here was wiped out. This was all pushed in inside, and we went ahead and got the inner structure, quarter panel, everything we needed to get this thing fixed. Tail light, bumper, sensors. The last little bit of piece that you see here is this piece, but being that it's brand new, the molding and everything is all back ordered, but it's coming out, coming soon from the dealer. But now that you see, like, this whole vehicle now actually put together and cleaned up, it's not a bad looking vehicle. It looks like a big, I guess you would say a pretty big Subaru, but everything is Toyota based. So what I want to show you guys, one, obviously we got this thing all dialed in, it's back up and running, suspension was fixed as well, and to kind of give you guys a review about it, you know, it's a brand new car. It just came out. They have the Toyota version and they have the Subaru version, which is the Solterra. I believe the Toyota version is the BZ something. I'll let you guys know what that is, but it's the same. So the Subaru version, I feel like it's more, you would say, a nicer version, has leather seats, premium stuff, but I'm sure the Toyota version has different versions of it. One funny thing being that the name that it is, Solterra in Spanish is if you're single, like a single woman, right? So I guess, I don't know if single women would be driving this, or if you're a man, soltero. Or maybe if you just want to get a divorce and you get one of these cars, you'll be a soltero. So I don't know, hopefully that doesn't happen. But I guess interesting name, soltero, maybe so you can be by yourself. What do you think, Alex? About the name Solterra, but Solterra.
In Spanish,
yeah, what does that mean?
It means a single lady. And if you drive this, you're going to be a single lady.
That's what I'm saying, right? But that's what you're getting at too. I was like, soltera, you're gonna be
single?
You're gonna be single if you
single
drive
woman in particular.
But what if a man drives it? Because, you know,
he's gonna leave him soltera.
I was gonna leave him soltera. See, there you go. See, so if you guys want to be a soltero, then you would pick up one of these cars and it would do the job for you. Or a girl soltera, but needless to say, it's kind of a funny name, but I don't know. Now that we got it all cleaned up, let's go for a drive and show you guys what it looks like inside. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you guys, once we got it fixed, we took it already in an initial drive for like alignment to make sure everything's good. But also, you know, it's a brand new car. It's just out. and wanted to give you guys a little review of the inside. It's pretty nice. It's all leather, inside black leather. It had heated seats, big display as you can see up here, really nice. Has all your Navi or whatever stuff you need to do. Has another display up here that tells you charging, bunch of other specs, but this car only has 1,500 miles, guys. So this thing's brand new. It's probably the first ever collision or total loss Solterra, you know, in the world that we fixed up and brought to life, because they're still making these, and it took us a while to get all these parts. But I mean, just so you guys get the overall feel, pretty nice, pretty quiet. It's EV. Step on the accelerator here and see. Woo! It picks up pretty good. Aton got sat back in the seat, but with all EV you get that, you know, that fast car. And me having my wife having a Tesla, so it doesn't compare to a Tesla speed, but you know, kind of the same feeling electric car. Really like the feel, pretty quiet, really nice and roomy. You know, obviously compared to say a Model X, that would be obviously is not as expensive, but the range is pretty good. And like I said, the feeling almost feels like a bigger Prius, you would say. I don't know, it has that feel and look. When I'm, you know, my wife had a Prius before too, and it kind of has that feeling. It's Toyota, so you would think it would kind of go hand in hand. But this thing is full electric, so it's pretty cool. Plug it in, charge it, and away you go. But it's a pretty cool like crossover SUV. And I think for a new model Toyota, you know, you always can't go wrong with Toyota. You know, they always have good quality stuff that they build. But it was cool, man. This thing's driving. H1 needs to finish up doing some polishing, right, H1? Mm-hmm. And we'll get this thing turned up. But just wanted to show you guys a little quick spin on this thing, and she's gonna be going home soon, so let's go. All right, guys, so the day has come. The customers are here for the Solterra. They were kind of here the whole step of the way and seeing, you know, the process, but to finally see it here finish. Here's Alan, the owner. What do you think, man?
It's pretty damn amazing. You know, from a total loss,
Yeah.
car that could not be repaired, was not drivable, with a back wheel that was off, front that, it's totally amazing. Looks like a brand new car.
And remember, like, it came in, we were here, it came in on a semi. They dropped it off. You know, I mean, it was a sight unseen. Like, you bought it online, right?
Yeah,
so
bought it
it's
online
like
with
you
pictures
didn't
that
see
don't
it,
show you everything.
Don't show you everything. So it was a surprise to both of us and to him when he arrived. That, you know, this whole thing was just pushed all the way in. There was some other damage that you couldn't see. It was a surprise to me as it was to him, but
Back
you know,
wheel looked like it was coming off, you know, from that. The front wheel, it's just amazing. It looks like a brand new car again.
Yes, absolutely.
all right, guys, so that's a wrap on the Solterra. Hopefully I'm not gonna be a soltero for getting in this car. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button for new up-to-date videos. Tell us what you guys want to see on the channel, like something different. You guys saw full collision repair, we brought it back to life, EV swaps, wide body, you name it. You tell us what you want to see. Hit us up on the DM. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Here at SOS Customs, we got you covered. Peace.